Good afternoon and welcome to Atlantic City, Sandcastle Stadium, home of today's contest between the visitors of Ocean and your Atlantic Cape Buccaneers. For BFA Sports, Doug Stasic, the entire BFA Sports crew, about to bring you all of the action here in Atlantic City, albeit a few minutes early, as eyes are to the sky. Of course, this game was postponed after a rain event on Friday, and we're trying to get it in today. So first pitch is already on its way, and a first pitch swing over to the left side off the bat of O'Rourke. And that one's going to be a little hot to handle for Louis Sari. And that'll go in, I guess perhaps as an E6. So O'Rourke is aboard, and the lineup for the Vikings of Atlantic County, it'll be O'Rourke, Alonzo, Smith, Matischat, Corzione, Renzi, McGruiff, McEwen, Barth, and Warragel. First pitch misses down to Warragel. And again, this one's starting just a little bit early, so we'll get the scoreboard and graphics up for you momentarily. There's a swing deep left field going back, but able to get underneath of it and make the catch is the left fielder, and that is Provenzano. So one out, and he advanced on a throwing error over to second base. So O'Rourke now in scoring position with one out here in the first. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 10, Devin Smith. First pitch is in for a called strike. Smith starting in center field. Last ball was hit off the bat of Alex Alonzo. That pitch misses down and away. And here's the 1-1 delivery. There's a ball flared over to the left side. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding the bases will be O'Rourke, yet he's going to hold up over at third, and that'll allow Smith to climb aboard on that throw into second base. So Ryan O'Rourke now over at third. Smith over at second. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 32, Colin Matischat. Ball misses away. Starting pitcher today for the Buccaneers, Matt Vega, wearing number 14. That ball is hit down the line. Going to make a snare over to first base. Called foul. So runners will go back, but some great defensive leather over in the hot corner by Suarez. Now a 1-1 pitch. That ball misses out on the outside corner. Now 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Ball hammered foul, right side and out of play. Now 2-2, even the count to Matischat. Here with one out in the top of the first inning. Again, if you're joining us and wondering what's going on, well, just a little bit of an early start. This one was scheduled for 3:30, but some thick clouds encouraged them to start this one a bit earlier, as it was already rescheduled from Friday. So the thought process is try to get some baseball in here in Atlantic City, Region 19 action between the Ocean County Vikings and your Atlantic Cape Buccaneers. Still a 2-2 count on the hill is Matt Vega delivering to Mattisjat. That ball hammered foul yet again. Here comes Vega. Chopper over to third base. Going to take a look at Suarez. He gets the out at first. And more importantly, he holds O'Rourke at bay at third for out number 2 on the 5-3 putout. Following Mattisjat, batting 5th is number 6, and that's Christian Corzione. First pitch called strike into Corzione. The Buccaneers defense, left to right, just mentioned Suarez. Luis Sari is at short. Baldino is at second. That ball go right through the middle of second base in the infield. 1 run will score. Here comes the throw from Foreman, and that'll score 2. So a 2 RBI single. Compliments of Christian Corzione have put the Vikings on the board first here in the top of the first. So with 2 outs and a runner aboard, it'll bring up number 19. And that's Justin Renzi. First pitch to Renzi called for a strike. And that ball is fouled out of play. Again, going back through the Buccaneers defense, been a little fast and furious. Suarez at third. Sari is at short. Andrew Baldino is your second baseman, and starting over at first is Dempsey. That ball hit out to Kevin Foreman in center field. Will make the squeeze, and the Buccaneers will come to bat, trailing 2-0. We're in the middle of the first. Ocean County Vikings, the early lead here on BFA Sports. Bottom of the first, 2-0. Ocean Vikings with the early lead. And that'll give us an opportunity to go through the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers starting lineup. Just a second. Leading things off will be the second baseman, Andrew Baldino. Swing and a miss from Baldino. Starting pitcher for the Vikings is number 33, Dylan Wanagiel. Evens account at 1-1. All right, so Baldino will continue to battle. Reset the count here. I think it's a 1-2 count. There's a chopper, going to go right up the middle, able to make a scoop. Here comes a throw, not in time. So Baldino with the infield single, getting things started for the Buccaneers. For the defense of Ocean, O'Rourke is over at third. Alonzo is at short. Renzi is at second. First baseman is Matishat. In the outfield, left to right, it's McGruiff in left. Smith is in center. Barth is in right. And the battery mate for the starting pitcher, Wanagiel, is McEwen. That'll bring him to the plate. Taking the first strike is the center fielder, Kevin Foreman. Ball misses low. Evens the count at 1-1. Foreman flies one out to right field. Underneath and making the squeeze is Barth. So one out on the board for the Buccaneers, and here is the balance of the Atlantic Cape starting lineup. Baldino led off. Foreman is at center. Louis Sari is at short. Gabe Solinsky is the starting catcher. John Dempsey is at first. Devi Suarez is at third. Javi Vega is the designated hitter. Trace Warner is in right. And Ian Provenzano is in left. And there is a ball that is lined towards right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit and more. And that'll be Louis Sari with the stand-up double, moving Baldino over to third, and the Buccaneers threatening here with one out in the bottom of the first. Nice swing for the Buena High alum. So Baldino over at third. Sari is at second, and the starting catcher, Gabe Solinsky, batting cleanup and is aboard. Buccaneers trailing 2-0. 2 runners aboard. Solinsky swings and misses at the first offering for strike one. Facing Dylan Wanagiel. Hard hit ball, third base side. Some good leather and a 5-3 putout courtesy of number 11, Ryan O'Rourke. So with 2 outs, still 2 runners aboard, it'll be Dempsey. Healthy swing there to the first baseman. John Dempsey now down 1 strike. That ball just misses away. Evens the count out at 1-1. Ball skied high out towards shallow left field. Going back and getting called off was the third baseman to give way as the starting shortstop Alonso will put the squeeze on the baseball and keep the Buccaneers off the board. 2-0. We're through one here on BFA Sports. All right, back to live action here at the Sandcastle. 2-0 for the Ocean City Vikings, who are leading. And that's going to bring to the plate number 14. And that is McCruif. Got our count even at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Make that 1-2. Good start here in the second frame for the starting pitcher, Matt Vega. Facing number 14, Sean McNiff. There's a ball hit out to left field for a base hit, and the Vikings will lead off the second with a base runner. Climbing into the box for the Vikings will be number 3, Eli McEwen. Getting a bit of an early start, trying to battle the weathers. He fakes the bunt, snap throw to first, but playing up to defend the bunt was Dempsey. Runner goes. Here comes the throw from Selinsky. The slide, the tag, and ball rolls out in the center field, and it will allow McNiff to jog into third base standing up. So good throw there by Selinsky. Just went a little wide of the target, and that'll give the Vikings an opportunity to climb aboard. So 2-1, and now what a sacrifice bunt situation turns into an RBI opportunity. For the left fielder, McCruif. Ooh, that breaking pitch just missed inside. ball misses down. Now 3-1, a favorable hitter's count. Quick gander at McNiff. He's over at third, just 90 feet away. So certainly McEwen hoping to launch something to the outfield. There's a grounder to Sari. He's playing up. We'll take a look at third, make the throw to first, and hold McNiff at bay to record the 6-3 putout. First out of the frame, it'll take us to the 9-hole hitter. Just a good look at Louis Sari. And it'll be Carl Barth. Carl Barth, left-handed swinger. Ball misses down the dirt. Good stop defensively for the catcher, Solinsky. So Region 19 playoff action shaping up. Perhaps a home game in the cards here for the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers. Pitch misses inside, now 2-0 to the right fielder. Three straight pitches, 3 straight balls to Carl Barth. He's got McNiff over at third. And 4 straight pitches, and that's a free pass to first. So now runners at the corners. With 1 out. Runner goes, taking advantage of the open base. Throw goes down, cut off by Baldino. And they end up making that throw to Louis Sari. Chases the runner back and gets the out. So a good fake play run by the Buccaneers. So Baldino comes in the screen. I actually bid on the fake, thinking that he had the cutoff throw from high atop the standing room only press box. Only to find the magician Louis Sari recording the out. So caught stealing, and that ball's flared high right side. Will he run out of room, and the ball bounces into foul territory? So McNiff is still over at third base, 2 outs. He got there as the leadoff runner. That ball is fouled. 2-strike count. That ball pops up. Out of the zone. Now 1-2. And Vega delivers the 1-2 pitch. Ball hit out towards Foreman. He's going to rush in. He'll make the catch. And they will keep the Vikings off the board. Nice job by the Buccaneers as the leadoff runner made his way to third. But on 1 hit, no runs. They leave 1 stranded. Buccaneers coming to bat, bottom of the 2nd. All right, bottom of the second, 2-0 count as the big man, number 13, Devi Suarez, comes in to bat. Swing and a healthy hack. I believe that's now 2-1. And there's a base knock, goes right up the middle. So a nice start for the third baseman. So a little bit of a glitch there as a light mist falls over Surf Stadium. Sometimes when you turn on another receiver, the other ones have to like reset. Surprise what happened. And there's a swinging foul bunt there. Did they all free up or is one of them freezing? Because if something like that happens, sometimes you just gotta check the channel. Because some of them will jump on the same channel. So sometimes you gotta change the channel. Just so the camera guys know, but just so you guys know. Tell them there's a lot of interference in the camera. Someone's got to reset a receiver. All right, and there's a first pitch called strike to the designated hitter, Javi Vega. Vega sends it on a ride. It'll go straight out into center field, and able to make the squeeze is Smith. So 1 out on the board. So with 1 out and Suarez aboard over at first. There's a first pitch swing hard and in for a base hit. Line drive single for Trace Warner. Bit of deja vu as now the Buccaneers with 2 men aboard here in the second. Same way they had in the first. Ian Provenzano is the starting left fielder. He bats from the left side and will climb in, trying to spark the Buccaneer offense. First pitch up and out of the zone from Wanagio. Provenzano will chop it. It's going to bounce between second and the pitcher. Shows off the speed, and they call him out. Might have a chance to take a closer look at it here on the BFA instant replay. Bit of a quick one. We'll try to slow it down. And oh, that was a quick one there. But nonetheless, call him out. The Buccaneers will be able to move 2 runners up on the 4-3 putout. So runners at second and third. And that'll bring up top of the lineup. Back to Baldino. He singled in the first. Takes the first pitch in for a ball. There's a ball. Flared up the middle. It'll be an RBI single. Here comes the throw. Not in time. 2 RBI single off the bat of Baldino. That'll score Suarez and Warner. Atlantic Capes tie the baseball game here in the bottom of the second. Good piece of hitting there by Baldino. So now the game tied and 2 outs. Center fielder Kevin Foreman steps to bat. He flew out to right field. First pitch misses down. Foreman now going to have a two out approach. Not looking to make contact, but instead looking for a pitch he can drive. He's got Baldino ahead of him at first. And Foreman, chopper to second, taking himself for the fielder's choice is Renzi. So two innings in the books. The Buccaneers have tied things up here in the bottom of the second, courtesy of a 2 RBI single from Apsagami alum Andrew Baldino. We'll step away from Sandcastle Stadium and back for more Buccaneer baseball. Just a few. We're live here in the top of the third for you Buccaneers fans. Want to join the action a little bit early. It's because we started a bit early. We have ourselves a tie ball game, 2-2. And due up in the frame for the Vikings, it'll be Alonzo, Smith, and Matishat. And that ball is out of the zone, even the count at 1-1 to Alex Alonzo, who flew out to left field back in the first. Starting pitcher Matt Vega on the hill for the Buccaneers. And Alonzo going to launch that one towards the gap in an outstanding effort, but Foreman can't get to it. He's got 2, and he's headed for 3. Showing off the wheels, the relay throw, the tag, and the ball falls helplessly to the ground past third. A leadoff triple in inning number 3, courtesy of Alex Alonzo. He was absolutely wheeling around. Here it is on the BFA instant replay. I mean, just an absolute tank shot into the gap. Foreman almost put some leather on it. Goes back to the fence, and you just see Alonzo, the wheels. I mean, he's at second base before Foreman picks up the ball. Throw comes down. Good relay action there between Foreman and Sari, but Suarez couldn't get a tag on him. So with the leadoff runner at third, that's a nasty breaking pitch from Vega to Devin Smith. Smith singled in the first and scored the second run of the frame. He's going to try to connect it on a RBI opportunity here. Even count now, 1-1. There's a look at Alonzo. Swings through. Strike number 3. So nice job there by Vega. His first strikeout of the afternoon. 1 out is on the board as the cleanup hitter, Colin Matishat, is into the box, the big first baseman. Healthy hack, swing and miss, pitch number 1. Through the first 2 innings, the Vikings have collected 3 hits, 2 in the first and 1 in the second, all of the single variety. In the fourth hit of the ball game was a triple. Smith, charges, looks towards first. And he ends up recording the out. But Smith tagged the plate, and Matischat will get credit for an RBI. So now with 2 outs, it's Christian Corzione. There is a first pitch called strike. Corzione with a 2 RBI single into right field, and he's got his second hit of the ball game. That one's going to fall into the gap. Left center, Kevin Foreman will pick it up. And Corzione is a 2-out base runner. Checks the runner back at first. There's 3-2 is the score. Here in the top of the third. Vega fires. Pitch misses out of the zone down low. Now 1-0 to Justin Renzi. Renzi flew out to center field back in the first. And he's a 2-out batter the same way he was in inning number 1. Here's a grounder up the middle, and back-to-back base knocks for the Vikings. Have them threatening again. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Left fielder Sean McNiff single to left in the last frame. Takes the first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. Of course, a big afternoon of baseball in South Jersey. And there's a chopper. Third base side to make that 3 hits. They're going to turn and burn. Sending home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Snap back to third. Also not in time. Vikings with some showcased base running are able to bring home another run across the plate, courtesy of an RBI from Sean McNiff. So Renzi was heads up. He'll jump over to third, and that's going to cue a mound visit to Buccaneers interim head coach Jeff Ball as he heads to the bump and talk things over, as it's a 4-2 contest now with 2 outs, and maybe a little bit of a good call from a timing standpoint is his young pitcher is giving up multiple hits here in this frame, albeit most of the damage happening with 2 outs. So a little bit of misfortune for the Buccaneers. There is some action in the bullpen. Got an arm warming up for Atlantic Cape. See if we can take a gander over into the pen. There it is. Got the lefty on the hill, and that looks like it's number 7. There's a popped up ball, goes back to Baldino behind second base, and he'll make the catch in shallow right field for out number 3 as we're through 2 1/2. A 4-2 lead on 4 hits. They leave 2 runners aboard, and the Buccaneers come to bat. Bottom of the third is next here on BFA Sports. Back to baseball here in Atlantic City. Doug Stasic and the BFA crew bringing you Region 19 action as Louis Sari leads things off here in the third. Due up after Sari is Solinsky and Dempsey. Of course, Sari with a 1-0 count. Make that 1-1. Doubled back in the first as he scorched one out into the right center field gap. And he gets a hold of one here. That one goes way back to the wall and over the head of the left fielder. Sari has got his second double of the afternoon. Not much that McCruiff could do other than turn and burn. But Sari, a good start for Atlantic Cape here in the inning. Uh, all right, so the Buccaneers in business. First pitch swing from Solinsky right at the center fielder and a can of corn for Smith. And Sari, not going to be able to go anywhere. So with one out, it'll bring up the first baseman, John Dempsey, popped up into shallow left field back in the first. He's down 0-1 to Wanagil. That's a foul ball, making it 0-2. All right, and that'll bring up, after the swinging miss strike three, it'll bring up the third baseman, Suarez. Suarez fouls one off, out of play. Now down one strike. That ball misses down in the dirt and away from the big third baseman, Davy Suarez. Suarez singled and scored a run in inning number 2. And another opportunity here with 2 outs and Louis Sari. And that ball is hit out to right field, but able to make a web gem of a catch is Barth. He saves the day for the Vikings, keeps Atlantic Cape off the board as Ocean County holds on to a 4-2 lead as they come to bat in the 4th. Bit of an overcast, breezy day, of course, as the Buccaneer flag flies high at the Sandcastle Stadium here on BFA Sports. And just like that, an unassisted putout for the first baseman, Dempsey, off the bat of Barth. So 3U will go in the books. Back to the top of the order, and leading off is Ryan O'Rourke. O'Rourke, first pitch swing. High fly ball, Foreman's under it, and he's got the catch. Two pitches, 2 outs. So Vega resetting himself. A little bit of a long inning back in the third, but he's trying to dial it in here. And that big inning for Ocean County was started by the man at the plate. Alex Alonso led off the third with a triple, and he scored a run. Going to find himself down 2 strikes. That ball misses inside. Still ahead is the pitcher, Man Vega, 1-2 to Alex Alonso. Alonso 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Grounder over to third. Suarez gathers, fires, and the Buccaneers sink the Vikings 1-2-3 in the fourth. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Buccaneers come in to bat, bottom half of the frame. Atlantic Cape trails 4-2 as we start things in the bottom of the fourth. Do up this frame for the Bucks. Vega, Warner, and Provenzano, 7-8-9. Javi Vega takes pitch number 1 for a strike. He flew out to center back in the second. He's quickly down 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So Wanagil records his second strikeout of the afternoon, and now face Trace Warner, the right fielder, singled and scored in the second. Going to try to ignite. Lets that ball go. And he takes the free pitch. Now 3-1. There's a look at the Atlantic Cape dugout. Beautiful. Not exactly a beautiful day for baseball, but an overcast day. We'll take it in South Jersey. And that pitch is skied out towards right field. Barth charges in, collects it, and squeezes. 2 up and 2 down. So Ian Provenzano, who grounded out to second in the second, will be the third batter to face the starting pitcher, Wanagil. That ball's fouled off. Now a quick timeout as it got a piece of his catcher, McEwen. So veteran move by Dylan Wanagil and the home plate umpire to buy the catcher some time. A lot of talk at the MLB ranks this year with the pitch clock about how to navigate some quick timeouts and injuries when guys get dinged up, and then question how dinged up they actually are. But hard to deny a catcher who's working hard back there time to collect his thoughts, and hard to deny that Wanagil is feeling it in inning number 4. Puts down Atlantic Cape in order, including 2 strikeouts. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We head to the 5th from Atlantic City. Baseball in Atlantic City as we start the 5th, and a first pitch swing. Hard charge, Aldino, the scoop, and they call him safe. So a great defensive effort, but man, shot out of a cannon with Smith. So we have a look at it on the BFA instant replay. He was flying, but you got to give Baldino some credit here. As you see, the old scoop and shoot. We'll slow it down. Yeah, good call there by the blue right on top of it. So an infield single to start the festivities in the 5th as first baseman Colin Matischat comes in. He squares the sacrifice bunt. Dempsey turns around, fires at the Baldino, and they'll put the sacrifice in the book, moving Smith into scoring position. Sorry, all smiles over there, exchanging pleasantries with Smith. It's Christian Corgione. It's been hot. Corgione, fist one. Over to Sorry, heads up play. They get 1 out, and they can't get the second. But what an outstanding heads up play by the middle infield of Atlantic Cape. See it here as he slow it down. He kind of dekes the runner. Can't believe that Corgione is off the bag. And they'll take the out. And Baldino almost tries to get him over at first. So they erase the runner, and Corziano climb aboard on what's going in the book as a fielder's choice. One ball count to Justin Renzi. Renzi fouls the ball over towards our camera operator, Nick Penza, who's got cat-like reflexes over at first. He was the count now at 1-1. Ball batted. Sorry, going to show off the cannon. And down they go. So 3 outs. Bit unorthodox, but Louis Sari's defensive skill set is on point to bail out the Bucks in the 5th. 4-2. Here comes Atlantic Cape. The beautiful summer skyline just a few weeks away. It's the Ocean Casino and Hard Rock. Of course, the Hard Rock, site of Cage Fury, coming up on June 16th. Be sure you get your tickets. Part of the BFA production family. CFFC TV. All right, so first pitch called strike to the leadoff hitter. Andrew Baldino gets us started in inning number 5. Was the count out 1-1. Dylan Wanagil for Ocean still on the hill. He's the pitcher of record right now. Now 2-1 to the Absegami alum Andrew Baldino. Baldino 2 for 2 today. He was the count now at 2-2. Hammer one, first base side foul. And Baldino skies one to center. It's going to find some real estate as it heads into the gap. He's going to try to stretch it into 2. And he will get there. Stand-up double to start things off in the 5th. And Andrew Baldino is now 3 for 3. Number 10 is Kevin Foreman, the center fielder. The catalyst in this lineup on most afternoons for Atlantic Cape. He's looking for his first base knock of the day. Pitch is in for a called strike. And quickly now 0-2. Foreman not liking 2 of those offerings from Wanagil, back-to-back pitches, and now he's going to get a bit defensive with the bat. That ball is skied foul. Out of play. Oh, nope, they're going to give a chance at it. And the wind blew that thing right back into play. Wanagil able to make an out. So he's helping himself. And that'll bring up the starting shortstop, Louis Sari. That ball misses inside. Sari ahead to count 1-0. Of course, he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles here on Tuesday. Evens the count out at 1-1. Dylan Wanagil still on the hill. So far, he's scattered 6 hits over, I think that's 7 hits over 4 1/3. Sorry, pokes one out to second base. Scooping up, making the play is Justin Renzi. 4-3 is the put out with 2 outs. Baldino slides over to third. And now Gabe Solinsky will be yet another Atlantic Cape hitter to come to the plate with 2 outs and runners in scoring position in this one. Pitches in for a called strike, and catcher Solinsky not exactly agreeing with the call. Pitch misses up. Now works ahead 2-1. There's a look at Baldino over at third, just hoping to chip away at this Ocean lineup. That's a chopper over to short. Alonso can't make it happen as it gets underneath his glove on the charge, and Baldino will cash in, courtesy of Solinsky. So the Buccaneers able to close the gap now, just a 1-run contest with 2 outs as the first baseman John Dempsey checks in. 0 for 2 in the afternoon, struck out in the third. First pitch in for a called strike as he paints the corner. Now down 0-2. Dempsey rocking the sunglasses on a bit of a cloudy day. And there's called strike 3. So the pitcher, Dylan Wanagil, surrenders a run off an RBI single from Solinsky and a leadoff double from Andrew Baldino. But the Vikings will grab their bats to hit in the 6th with a 1-run lead here on BFA Sports. back for more baseball here on BFA Sports. As we start the 6th, it's the big left fielder, Sean McNiff. McNiff fouls one off. So even count at 1-1. McNiff 2 for 2 on the day. He's got a pair of singles and an RBI. And he's able to get the bat on the ball, but that one's just foul, right side. He'll reset with a 1-2 count. There's a call, 3rd strike. Nice start here in the frame for Matt Vega as he freezes him. So McNiff goes down looking, and Eli McEwen, the catcher, with a big first heavy swing. 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to short in the 2nd. Flew out to right in the 3rd. Looking to get his first knock of the day, perhaps here in the 6th. He'll let that ball go away. And Matt Vega get ready to whine and deliver with a 1-1 count. And he gets good wood on that one. Left center field gap, but hey, it's Kevin Foreman. We've seen that a ton. One of the best defensive outfielders in all of Region 19. Almost made that look routine, but he went a long way to get that baseball. You can see it here on the BFA instant replay. Just see, this was good wood by the catcher. Got a nice piece of it, but a great first step, and just look how much ground that Foreman was able to cover and able to make the squeeze. There's a hard chopper from Barth, but able to grab it is the first baseman, and that is number 17. That is Atlantic Cape with some substitutions here late in this one. So 1, 2, 3, go the Vikings as Atlantic Cape comes to bat here in the 6th. Dylan Wenagil through 5. He's got 3 strikeouts, spread out 8 hits, and there's an attempt at a bunt single. Suarez not going to be able to pull that off as the pitcher. Little PFP as he fields his position. The 1-3 bunt attempt. As Javi Vega will step to the plate. Down 0-2 on the day. Vega flew out to center and struck out back in the 4th. But again, going back to Wenagil, he's spread out 8 hits with 3 strikeouts. Thus far, no walks. And he pops that one sky high right side, seeing if he can find some room. Is the first baseman, and Matischat able to make the squeeze in foul territory. The right fielder, Trace Warner, 1 for 2. Singled and scored a run back in the 2nd. Flew out to right in the 4th. He's going to come to the plate with some Bon Jovi rocking through Sandcastle Stadium. And first pitch grounder over to Alonso. Scoops, fires, and they call him out as he gets to Matischat. They'll go down in order. 6-3 is the putout. And nonetheless, it will be the Vikings who sail to the plate to start the 7th, coming up next on BFA. All right, back for the top of the 7th. First pitch swing, sky high. Will Selinsky have room? Goes back to the screen and runs out of real estate. So, bit of a gamble on the weather we thought today. Wind blowing from the left field foul pole out towards right. Starting things off as the leadoff hitter in the lineup for Ocean this inning. It's O'Rourke, Alonso, and Smith due up. Starting pitcher Matt Vega still on the hill for the Bucks. Vega so far has spread out 8 hits over 6 innings and got some action in the bullpen for Atlantic Cape. Hard ground, their backhander by Sari over to Tanoco for the 6-3 putout. So Eduardo Tanoco now in at first, entered the game defensively back in the 6th for Atlantic Cape. And the dangerous and speedy Alex Alonso takes pitch number 1 from Vega for a strike. Alonso starting at shortstop, 1 for 3 with the bat. Highlight of his day is a triple and a scored run back in the 3rd. Swings through that 1-1 Vega offering and now is in the hole 1-2. Actually, we got ourselves a substitution for Ocean. That was number 7. That was actually Evan Hill. So Hill enters the game for Alonzo and gets the K. This game wanes on. First pitch, hard rip down the third base side, and it's going to be an extra base perhaps for Smith. He'll hold up and work his way back to first as he just laced that one through the left side, and he becomes a 2-out base runner. Pitch misses away. Now 1-0 to the big first baseman, Colin Matischat. He evens the count at 1-1 as that one paints the corner. That lefty warming up in the bullpen was Aiden Riley for Atlantic Cape. Snap throw down at first from Solinsky. Not in time. There's a good look at Matt Vega, the pitcher. Gets the inside corner to even it up 2-2 with 2 outs to Matischat. Matischat dropped the sacrifice bunt in the 5th. And he hits one hard at Baldino. He'll scoop up, throw over to Tinoco, and the Buccaneers are out of the inning on the 4-3 putout. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on. Atlantic Cape comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, due up for the Buccaneers, Ian Provenzano, Andrew Baldino, and Kevin Foreman. To face that man, Dylan Wanagil. First pitch swing is foul. Scooped up by Buccaneers. Getting it done. Provenzano swings through that and misses. Now 0-2. Provenzano swings from the left side. Grounded out to second in the 2nd. Struck out in the 4th. Take a look at that pitch outside. That ball misses. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Wanagil now with 4 Ks on the day. Scattered 8 hits through 6 1/3. And a man he surrendered 3 of those hits to is the leadoff hitter, Andrew Baldino. 2 singles, a double, run scored, hammers one, this one to second base, and Renzi going to boot that one. Double check the number, maybe a substitute there on the second baseman. But nonetheless, Baldino reaches on E4. Kevin Foreman popped out in the foul territory to the pitcher back in the 5th. He looked like he was going to square to bunt. Takes pitch number 1 for a called strike. Foreman, one of the fastest players in Region 19. Runner goes. Throw it from his knees, not in time. Baldino with the stolen base. The first for Atlantic Cape on the day. Still is number 19, Renzi, over at second base. Nice job by the BFA crew to update me on that piece of info. That ball skies high, out towards right field. Going back is Barth, and he'll make the squeeze, but it'll give Baldino a chance to tag up and advance to third. 2 outs for Atlantic Cape, and it's getting interesting as the tying run is Baldino over at third, and Atlantic Cape will send Louis Sari, who is 2 for 3 to the plate. Both hits were doubles, and he grounded out to second. Gabe Solinsky waits on deck. Sari, first pitch swing, fouled straight back to the screen. A little fired up at himself. Thought he might have been able to connect with that fastball as he smacks the bat. Swing and a miss. 0-2, so Wanagil keeps him off balance, has him chase outside with 2 outs here in the 7th. And Sari tries to reset himself. You can see Baldino in the foreground. Sari fights that outside pitch off. Low and away. Nick Penza, camera operator, right on point there. Again, refuses to abandon that camera that he's pointing, much to the delight of our director of videography, Charles Hope, who leaves no camera ever unattended and expects everyone else to fall in line or suffer the consequences. Well, there's Sari, lifts one out into left center, but they're playing him on a shift. And a squeeze by Smith will end the threat. So the Buccaneers get a golden opportunity. Baldino makes his way all the way to third, but they will leave him stranded. And we will head to the 8th as the Ocean County Vikings lead the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers 4-3 here on BFA. The finale of the regular season here in Atlantic City. Take a look at the Tropicana in the quarter, just in the right field, shot here at Sandcastle Stadium. First pitch from Matt Vega. It's fouled off the bat of Christian Corzione in a 4-3 contest. Due up for Ocean County is Corzione, Renzi, and McNiff expected to come to bat. And there's one ripped out towards left, but not going to find the ground as Ian Provenzano puts the glove on it. Second baseman Justin Renzi, 1 for 3 on the afternoon, including a single in the third. Takes the first pitch, called strike. There's also called pitch on the corner. So pitcher Matt Vega has got 2 strikeouts through 7 1/3. Make that 3 through 7 1/3. Hasn't been afraid to pitch the contact, trusting the defense to do their job. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Make that 4 Ks. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th. Left fielder Sean McNiff. Bats right, throws right. Make that 2 for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI. Healthy hack at that breaking pitch. His singles came in the second and an RBI single in the third. Got caught looking on the K in the 6th. And Vega working up tempo, 1-1. Grounder over to third base side. Suarez gets leather on it, but got to argue whether or not that would go in as a hit, and I believe that it will. There's a look at McNiff as he makes it to first with 2 outs. And the starting catcher, Eli McEwen, wearing number 3, is 0 for 3 today. Well hit ball out to center back in the 6th, robbed by Atlantic Cape's Kevin Foreman. As we continue to roll on here at the Sandcastle. Pitch misses away. 2-0 ahead in the count is Eli McEwen. That ball misses down for a ball. Misses away. Now 1-0. And that ball misses inside. There's a called strike to the left-handed swinging Barth after the walk to Eli McEwen. Runners at first and second. Barth gives it a ride, goes out towards Foreman. He hustles, and he's called off by Provenzano to make the third out of the inning. So a threatening inning for Ocean County, but nonetheless, the Buccaneers able to hold them off the board. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 8th here on BFA. Well, there's a nice look at the skyline, the Claridge Hotel. Our friend Brian Delaney and his team, and of course Bally's, Caesars, some OGs of the casino industry. And we're going to start things off in the 8th. Selinsky, Tinoco, and Suarez are due up, and in just a second, you saw that Kevin Foreman, center fielder, was on the ground to end the last half frame, and hopefully he's able to shake things off, but a little bit of a ugly sight there. We'll show that in just a second. Ball misses outside now. 2-1. Moves ahead, only to find himself now in a full house count to Wanajil. And that ball just misses, and believe it or not, the first walk surrendered all day by Wanajil comes here in the 8th. And here's a quick look at that move by Kevin Foreman. You're going to see his ankle. Watch it. Rolls it once and then almost rolls it a second time. So I don't know. I haven't seen somebody roll their ankle twice in one play, but Kevin Foreman, hopefully he's okay over there. Gonna square to bunt, push bunt right side, sacrifice style, and Tinoco gets it down. Too hot to handle. It'll go down as a bunt single. Gotta be happy there. Just some good execution by Tinoco. And a reminder, Tinoco came in as a bench player today. Defensively back in the 6th, so a big move for the Buccaneers. McEwen and Wanajil going to talk things over because you might even think we'll see more of the same as Debbie Suarez comes up to the plate. Perhaps Atlantic Cape thinking sacrifice bunt, move both runners over to second and third with nobody out. Let's see what they have up their sleeve. And he does square to bunt, pulls it back, called strike. So a little bit of a chess match. Defensive lineup change, I think, over at shortstop. As number 7 is Hill. He entered the game back in the 6th. And wise move by Wanajil to come up and in, and not going to give Suarez a chance to put that one down. Now 0-2. So if you're the interim coach Jeff Ball, you got to be wondering, do I keep the bunt sign on here? Try to still move the runners over and trust the big third baseman, Davey Suarez. Wanagil looks in and fires. And this time is going to be a chopper. Could they get two? Well, they're going to get one at second, go for two, and not in time. So unorthodox, Selinsky is over at third. It'll be Suarez reaching on the fielder's choice at first. And now 90 feet away from tying the game is Selinsky with one out as Javi Vega, the designated hitter, climbs in. He bunts. That one's fouled. Interesting play. Buccaneers trying to put some pressure on the Vikings infield. Showing bunt. Selinsky trying to get a good read. Now a one-strike count to Vega. Turns. Squares the bunt again. Called strike. Now back-to-back Buccaneer batters facing 0-2 counts after showing bunt. Leaves that one up and in. Now a 1-2 count to the power-hitting Javi Vega, the Atlantic Cape Institute of Technology alum. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Wanagil coming up big in a big spot, trying to fight off these high-pressure situations that Atlantic Cape trying to deploy by showing bunt. And you can take that play off the board as Trace Warner comes to bat with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Warner looks at the outside corner, and that hits for a strike. He's 1 for 3. Singled, scored a run in the second. He's flown out to right in the 4th and grounded out to short in the 6th. And this one is a big one. It's going to tie the ball game. RBI single for Warner. And the Buccaneers have climbed all the way back to tie up this ball game as Selinsky will get the celebratory high fives. And here's a good look at the RBI single from Warner. Ball just kind of hangs out there on the outside half, and he just goes with it. And now a tie baseball game. First pitch swing, right side. Gonna find eyes, and Provenzano gonna send the runner. Here comes the throw, not in time. Atlantic Cape has taken the lead on the RBI single from the left fielder, Ian Provenzano. And a 5-4 score here in Atlantic City as they've gotten all the way back to the top of the lineup as Ian Provenzano delivers back-to-back RBI singles for Atlantic Cape. So now Trace Warner is over at third, advanced, added Provenzano. So runners at second and third, Andrew Baldino. First pitch swing, and Atlantic Cape having an inning. There comes one run. Here comes the throw. Here comes another run. Baldino, a 2 RBI single. He is on fire. That is Baldino's 4th hit of the ball game and his 4th RBI. So big time effort here by the Buccaneers in the 8th to have themselves an inning. Kevin Foreman is out of the contest. So now entering the game is number 9. And there's a chopper right back to the pitcher. Wanagil going to shuffle over to first. But Atlantic Cape plates 4 in the frame. They go from being down 1 to carry a 3-run lead. They got a chance to close it out. We'll step away from Atlantic City and be right back for more baseball. Top of the 9th here in Atlantic City, and Matt Vega trying to go the distance. The Buccaneers have trailed the whole game until just the last frame in the bottom of the 8th. They plate 4 runs, take the lead, and Vega just loses a grip on that one. So the Vikings have been able to answer the bell multiple times. They're at the top of the lineup. They've got due up O'Rourke, Hill, and Smith. Hill entered as a defensive substitute back in the 6th. Now they're going to try to regroup. Hill 0 for 1, struck out in his first appearance back in the 7th. Smith is on deck, and he's done some damage, 3 for 4. And now Evan Hill ahead in the count, 2-1. Swing and a healthy hack. That ball skied out towards center field. Getting underneath of it is number 3. And again, some defensive changes as Kevin Foreman had left the game. And that's Trace Warner slid over to center field. Joe Petrangelo entered the game, the Cedar Creek alum, for Kevin Foreman in the last frame. And a substitute pinch hitter here for the Vikings is Aiden Gallipoli. Comes in. He's down 0-2 now, after O'Rourke was retired from Trace Warner. Healthy hack, and that one goes into the seats. He's able to hold off, stay alive, 1-2. That one, strike 3. Backwards K in the book. And Vega, it's like aging like fine wine here on the mound as he's heated up. It's his 4th strikeout in the last 4 frames. He's got 5 strikeouts on the afternoon. He's going to face off against Devin Smith. Healthy hack now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers finish the comeback win 7-4 to close out the 2023 regular season and Region 19 action. So be sure to check your Atlantic Cape Buccaneer social media accounts, and of course all of us here on BFA, for what the future holds and what the playoff seeds look like. So stay tuned and make sure that you follow all those accounts out there on social media. So for now, the entire BFA crew team, today's game was produced by Pat Rush. On the director's chair is Mr. Jarek Garcia. Director of videography, the legend Charles Hope, behind center field. Legend in the making, Nick Penza, had the runners in your frame. And, of course, the intern, Casper T. Rypod, continues his streak out in center. So, for now, the entire BFA sports crew, thanks for watching Atlantic Cape Buccaneer Baseball. We'll see you in the playoffs.